Hey guys, what is up and welcome to the video. In this video, I'm going to be giving you guys a guide on how to make anamnecytes the fastest possible way. And we're honestly just going to jump straight into it. So everybody has to start out as a prole with 0 anamnecytes. So as a prole, you have 5 jobs you can do to earn anamnecytes. You have the laundromat, you have the ration factory, metalworks, distillery, and everybody's favorite, wartime. And of these 5 methods, the best one is obviously wartime, followed by either distillery or metalworks. Now, if wartime's not active, you're going to be picking between distillery or metalworks to do your job. But if both of these jobs are super populated with people, either stealing from each other, you're going to have to probably resort to either ration factory or the laundromat. However, most of the time, distillery has lots of open spaces versus metalworks oftentimes has people stealing from each other and just a lot of chaos taking place in there. So me personally, I like to go to the distillery. It's more calm. I'm able to get the work done I want to get done without somebody coming and just stealing shit from me randomly. It does happen, just nowhere near as often as metalworks. Really the only problem I run into for distillery is having somebody that's hogging up all of the resource that is being asked for by the crates. For example, let's say the crates are asking for Crimson King. Sometimes I'll run into a prole that's hogging up all 6 of the crop plots for the grapes that are required to make the Crimson King alcohol to turn into the crates. Now, whenever this happens, I'll just grow some of the other crops rather than trying to fight with this guy and try to steal his resources from him. Because the faster he can finish what he's doing and turning in his Crimson King bottles, filling up those crates, the faster the crates will reset and will allow me to potentially turn in what I just grew and refined into alcohol in faster. So optimally, what I want to happen in a situation like this is for him to finish his Crimson King, turn it in quickly. While he's doing that, I'm growing the other stuff and producing the other types of alcohol. Basically watching him, leaving him alone, and even kind of helping him finish those crates off quickly if need be. That way, whenever the crates reset and they ask for, let's say, Moonchild or Victory Vodka, I basically already have a stockpile of both of those ready. So what you do is you allow them to hog the one that's being asked for right now, but then you grow all the other ones that might be asked for in the future. However, sometimes it will ask for the same alcohol twice in a row. That's just very unlucky whenever that happens. And whenever that happens, just do the same thing. If the crop's free to grow yourself, grow it. If it's not, grow the other ones again. This requires you to be okay with some delayed gratification. But whenever it is finally time for you to turn in all these bottles you have collected, you get a massive burst of anamnecytes. So it's well worth the wait. And another thing I'll do sometimes that just adds to my stockpile of bottles I can turn in later is I'll just take a stroll through the distillery and see if people have left bottles inside these machines. Oftentimes you'll find 1 or 2, sometimes even more. And over time of just collecting these bottles that people leave behind, you can have quite the stockpile ready to turn in whenever the crates that are required come up. After I earn 4 anamnecytes, if I'm trying to make them as fast as I can, I will then become a liquidator, because a liquidator can do basically everything a prole can and more to earn anamnecytes. I'll play as the liquidator, continue making the alcohol, while at the same time cleaning up the city and repairing things whenever I see it needs to be done, disposing of corpses, and whenever a wartime finally comes up, as a liquidator, you can actually participate in the wartime using your wrench. It works the same exact way as the screwdriver. All you have to do is hit the bombs just like you have a screwdriver, and you'll get anamnecytes for that. And also, as a liquidator during wartime, you can be deputized by one of the Cortex members to become a sanitar. And the sanitar is the best fate in the game right now to earn anamnecytes. Because not only can they do everything a liquidator can do besides rummage through trash cans, they also can complete limits to earn anamnecytes as well. So they just have so many opportunities to earn them, it makes them the best. So in short, if my goal was to make as many anamnecytes as I possibly could, I would first scout out metalworks, I would scout out distillery, see which one seems to be the environment that I'll get interrupted the least by random trolls, thieves, and maybe even scumbags just killing people at random. And then I'll just work that job until I have 4 anamnecytes, become a liquidator, go back to work until wartime hits, and then whenever the wartime hits, that's where I'm going straight away. And hopefully getting deputized by some type of Cortex unit. And from there, as a sanitar, you have so many opportunities to earn anamnecytes, you're going to stack them up pretty quick. You'll be brewing alcohol, cleaning the city, killing scum fates, repairing things. You'll be making anamnecytes left and right. You'll hit the maximum in no time, and the maximum amount of anamnecytes you can have is 50. And now one more thing before we close out this video, and I give you guys 2 little tidbits as a thank you for staying. Whenever it comes to turning in anything, if it's bottles, ingots, plates, or axles, make sure you drop one inside of every crate if you can, because you get points for dropping it into the crate, but if you contribute to that crate and that crate gets closed and stamped, you also will get anamnecytes for that crate being closed, even if you're not the one that closes it. So optimally, whenever it comes to dropping things in crates, you want to drop something inside of every single crate before it gets closed. This will maximize the amount of anamnecytes you'll get for that shipment. And that's really it whenever it comes to earning anamnecytes quickly. If your only goal is to make anamnecytes as fast as possible, you're just going to have to work until you get 4, become a sanitar, and then get your butt to wartime. And this is really the best method to earn anamnecytes. And now at the end of all my videos, I like to leave you guys a little bit of a tidbit as kind of a thank you for sticking around to the end. So I'll give you 2 small tidbits at the end of this one. Whenever it comes to you trying to progress and make anamnecytes, if you can help it, always keep a jerry can on yourself. And don't give it away to anybody else if they even ask for it. If the generators are empty, just take the time yourself to go fill it up. Because the last thing you want is to give your jerry can to somebody else, trusting them to go fill up this generator, and then next thing you know, you're stuck in the distillery with no power, you're stuck in the metalworks with no power, and it just halts all production and all anamnecyte gains. So I highly recommend you keep the jerry can on yourself, fill up the generator yourself, and then put the jerry can back in your pocket when you're done. That way you never have to worry about coming to a dead stop because there's no power. Now the other thing I would recommend is that maybe you just keep a few bottles in your locker, maybe 2 to 3, or as many as open spots as you can fit. That way whenever you do spend anamnecytes, you already have some bottles stored away. That way you can just turn them in instantly and earn them back. And yeah guys, this is my quick little guide on how I quickly acquire anamnecytes. If you guys yourself know a faster method, by all means, let me know. However, I do think this is the fastest method in the game. So, thanks for watching, guys. I'll see you in Aneurism 4. Peace!